everyone, my name is ALIHA KAZAMI and I am here for my presentation of cost accounting, and my topic is nature, scope and function of cost accounting and system of ascertainment of cost. In this video there are 50 MCQs which cover all the points related to my topic. Let's start with question number first. First question is, what is the primary focus of cost accounting? Option A, assessing shareholder value. Option B, recording financial transactions. Option C, providing cost information for decision making. Option D, ensuring legal compliance. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is, cost accounting is primarily concerned with collecting, analyzing and interpreting cost information to assist management in making informed decision. Next question is, which of the following best describes the nature of cost accounting? Option A, it focuses on external financial reporting. Option B, it involves analyzing costs related to production and operations. Option C, it is primarily concerned with marketing strategies. Option D, it deals exclusively with forecasting future costs. Correct answer is option B. Its explanation is, cost accounting is concerned with analyzing costs incurred during production and operational activities to control and improve efficiency. Next question is, what is included in the scope of cost accounting? Option A, human resource management. Option B, sales forecasting. Option C, inventory valuation. Option D, legal compliance. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is, inventory valuation along with the cost control, cost reduction and performance evaluation falls within the scope of cost accounting. Next question is, what is the significance of cost accounting? Option A, simplifying tax calculation. Option B, providing information for decision making and cost control. Option C, maximizing shareholder wealth. Option D, ensuring compliance with environmental regulation. Correct answer is option B. Its explanation is, cost accounting provides valuable information for decision making, cost control and performance evaluation, aiding businesses in improving efficiency and profitability. Next question is, which function of cost accounting involves analyzing and interpreting cost data? Option A, cost estimation. Option B, cost control. Option C, cost reporting. Option D, cost analysis. Correct answer is option D. Its explanation is, cost analysis involves analyzing and interpreting cost data to understand cost behavior and identify areas for improvement. Next question is, how does cost accounting assist management? Option A, by setting selling prices. Option B, by forecasting sales. Option C, by evaluating performance. Option D, all of the above. Correct answer is option D. Its explanation is, cost accounting assists management in various ways, including setting prices, forecasting sales, and evaluating performance based on cost data. Next question is, which of the following is not a function of cost accounting? Option A, planning. Option B, controlling. Option C, marketing. Option C, decision making. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is, while cost accounting provides information relevant to marketing decision, it is not directly involved in marketing activities. Next question is, true or false? Cost accounting is only applicable to manufacturing businesses. Option A, true. Option B, false. Correct answer is option B. Explanation, cost accounting is applicable to various types of businesses, including manufacturing, services, and retail. Next question is, which statement accurately describes cost accounting? Option A, it replaces financial accounting. Option B, it is not useful for managerial decision making. Option C, it helps in assessing the efficiency of various departments. Option D, it focuses on external stakeholders. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is, cost accounting provides valuable insight into the efficiency of different departments by analyzing their cost structures and performance. Next question is, what is the main aim of cost accounting? Option A, improving product quality. Option B, increasing shareholder wealth. Option C, assisting management in decision making. Option D, ensuring compliance with tax regulations. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is the primary aim of cost accounting is to provide relevant information to management to aid in decision making such as pricing, production, and investment decision. Next question is, which of the following is a characteristic of a cost center? Option A, generates revenue. Option B, incur cost without directly generating revenue. Option C, is responsible for profit maximization. Option D, engages in marketing activity. Correct answer is option B. Its explanation is a cost center is a segment or department within an organization that incur cost but does not directly generate revenue. Next question is, which of the following is not a type of cost? Option A, fixed cost. Option B, variable cost. Option C, tangible cost. Option D, semi-variable cost. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is tangible costs are those costs that can be easily quantified and measured, but they are not a distinct type of cost like fixed, variable, or semi-variable cost. Next question is, direct materials and direct labor are example of. Option A, variable cost. Option B, fixed cost. Option C, primary cost. And option D, overhead cost. Correct answer is primary cost. Its explanation is primary cost includes direct materials and direct labor which are directly attributable to the production of goods and services. Next question is, which of the following is an example of a variable cost? Option A, rent. Option B, property taxes. Option C, raw material. Option D, annual salary of supervision. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is variable costs vary in different proportion to changes in the level of production or activity, such as the cost of raw material. Next question is, what type of cost remains constant per unit but varies in total with changes in level of activity? Option A, fixed cost. Option B, variable cost. Option C, semi-variable cost. Option D, step cost. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is semi-variable costs have both fixed and variable components. While the cost per unit remain constant, the total cost varies with changes in activity levels. Next question is, which cost element includes cost incurred for electricity, maintenance, and depreciation of factory equipment? Option A, direct cost. Option B, indirect cost. Option C, variable cost. Option D, fixed cost. Correct answer is option B. Explanation is indirect costs are those costs that cannot be directly traced to a specific cost object and are typically incurred for the benefit of multiple cost objects. Next question is, which of the following is a characteristic of a cost object? Option A, incur cost. Option B, generates revenue. Option C, determines product quality. Option D, assigns costs. Correct answer is option A. Explanation is a cost object is anything for which costs are measured and assigned, such as product, service, project, or department. Next question is, what is the formula to calculate total manufacturing cost? Option A, direct material plus direct labor. Option B, direct labor plus overhead cost. Option C, direct material plus direct labor plus overhead cost. Option D, direct material plus overhead cost. Correct answer is option C. Explanation: total manufacturing cost includes the direct cost of materials and labor along with indirect cost or overhead. Next question is, which cost element include costs that can be directly traced to a specific cost object? Option A, direct cost. Option B, indirect cost. Option C, variable cost. Option D, fixed cost. Correct answer is option A. Explanation: direct costs are those costs that can be specifically and easily identified with a particular cost object such as direct material and direct labor. Next question is, what is the primary purpose of allocating costs to cost centers? Option A, to increase profitability. Option B, to minimize cost. Option C, to provide cost information for decision making. Option D, to comply with tax regulation. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is, allocating costs to cost centers help in determining the cost of producing goods or services within specific segments of an organization, providing valuable information for decision making. Next question is, which costs remain constant in total but varies per unit with changes in the level of activity? Option A, fixed cost. Option B, variable cost. Option C, semi-variable cost. Option D, step cost. Correct answer is option A. Its explanation is, Fixed costs remain constant in total within a relevant range of activity but vary inversely on a per unit basis with change in activity level. Next question is, what type of cost changes abruptly at a certain levels of activity? Option A, fixed cost. Option B, variable cost. Option C, semi-variable cost. Option D, step cost. Correct answer is step cost. Explanation is, step costs remain constant within the specific range of activity but increase or decrease abruptly at a certain level of activity. Next question is, which cost element includes costs that are incurred regardless of the level of activity? Option A, direct cost. Option B, indirect cost. Option C, variable cost. Option D, fixed cost. Correct answer is option D. Its explanation is, fixed costs remain constant regardless of the level of activity such as rent and insurance expenses. Next question is, what is the primary purpose of classifying costs into different categories? Option A, to simplify accounting procedure. Option B, to facilitate cost control and decision making. Option C, to maximize profitability. Option D, to comply with regulatory requirements. Correct answer is option B. Its explanation is, classifying costs into different categories help in identifying cost behavior patterns, controlling cost effectively, and making informed decisions based on cost data. Next question is, which of the following methods involve the allocation of indirect cost based on the predetermined rates? Option A, absorption costing. Option B, marginal. Option C, job costing. Option D, process costing. Correct answer is absorption costing. Explanation. Absorption costing allocates both direct and indirect costs to product based on predetermined overhead rates, allowing for a more accurate representation of a total product cost. Next question is, in which costing method are fixed manufacturing overhead costs treated as period cost and not allocated to product? Option A, process costing. Option B, marginal costing. Option C, activity based costing. Option D, variable costing. Correct answer is option D. Explanation. Variable costing treats fixed manufacturing overhead cost as period cost and only allocates variable production cost to product. Next question is, which costing method is suitable for industries with continuous production process such as chemical manufacturing? Option A, marginal costing. Option B, job costing. Option C, batch costing. Option D, process costing. Correct answer is process costing. Explanation. Process costing is suitable for industry where products are produced in continuous process such as chemical processing or oil refining. Next question is, in a job costing system, costs are accumulated. Option A, by production department. Option B, by specific job or orders. Option C, by production process. Option D, by time period. Correct answer is option B. Explanation is, job costing involves accumulating costs for each specific job, project or order, allowing for the determination of total costs associated with each job. Next question is, which costing method assigns costs to product based on the actual resources consumed by each product? Option A, absorption costing. Option B, standard costing. Option C, activity based costing. Option D, job costing. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is, activity based costing allocates cost to product based on the actual resources consumed by each product, providing a more accurate representation of product cost than traditional methods. Next question is, which costing method is often used for custom made product or services? Option A, process costing. Option B, marginal costing. Option C, job costing. Option D, standard costing. Correct answer is option C. Its explanation is, job costing is commonly used for custom made products or services where cost can be directly attributed to each specific job or order. Next question is, which of the following is not a step in the process costing system? Option A, identifying cost center. Option B, determining equivalent units. Option C, allocating cost to specific jobs. Option D, calculating unit cost. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is, in process costing, costs are calculated by department or process and individual job costing is not applicable. Next question is, which costing method calculates the cost of production at each stage of manufacturing process? Option A, job costing. Option B, process costing. Option C, batch costing. Option C, standard costing. Correct answer is option B. Explanation. Process costing calculates the cost of production at each stage of manufacturing process, making it suitable for industry with continuous production process. Next question is, which costing method is often used in industry where products are manufactured in large quantities with minimal customization? Option A, job costing. Option B, process costing. Option C, marginal costing. Option D, activity based costing. Correct answer is option B. Explanation is, process costing is commonly used in industry where products are manufactured in large quantity with standardized production process. Next question is, in which costing method are overhead costs allocated based on machine hours or labor hours? Option A, absorption costing. Option B, marginal costing. Option C, job costing. Option D, standard costing. Correct answer is option A. Explanation is, absorption costing allocates overhead costs based on predetermined rates, which are often calculated using machine hour or labor hour as location basis. Next question is, which of the following is not a method of controlling material cost? Option A, economic order quantity. Option B, just-in-time inventory system. Option C, materials requirement planning. Option D, direct labor analysis. Correct answer is option B. Explanation is, direct labor analysis is not a method of controlling material cost. It is more related to controlling labor cost. Next question is, what is the primary purpose of labor cost control? Option A, minimizing employee turnover. Option B, maximizing employee morale. Option C, ensuring labor efficiency and productivity. Option D, providing employee benefits. Correct answer is option C. Explanation. Labor cost control focuses on ensuring that labor resources are utilized effectively and productively to minimize cost. Next question is, which of the following is not a component of overhead cost? Option A, rent. Option B, direct labor. Option C, depreciation. Option D, utilities. Correct answer is option B. Explanation is, direct labor is a direct cost associated with the production of goods or services and is not considered part of overhead cost. Next question is, what is the purpose of allocating overhead cost to cost center? Option A, to minimize overhead cost. Option B, to accurately determine product cost. Option C, to eliminate overhead cost. Option D, to increase profitability. Correct answer is option B. Explanation. Allocating overhead costs to cost centers help in accurately determining the total cost of producing goods or services by including indirect costs. Next question is, which method of overhead allocation allocates overhead based on the direct labor hours or machine hours? Option A, direct method. Option B, step down method. Option C, ABC. Option D, traditional costing. Correct answer is option D. Explanation is, traditional costing allocates overhead based on a predetermined rate per direct labor hour or machine hour. Next question is, in activity based costing, overhead costs are allocated based on option A, direct labor hours. Option B, machine hours. Option C, activity drivers or cost driver. Option D, total production units. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is, activity based costing allocates overhead costs based on the activities that drive through costs, providing a more accurate allocation compared to traditional method. Next question is, which of the following is not a step in the process of overhead absorption? Option A, determining the overhead absorption rate. Option B, allocating overhead cost to cost center. Option C, identifying cost driver. Option D, applying overhead to product. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is, identifying cost driver is a part of activity based costing, not the process of overhead production. Next question is, in a standard costing system, overhead is applied to products using option A, actual overhead cost. Option B, budgeted overhead cost. Option C, predetermined overhead rates. Option D, variable overhead rate. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is, in a standard costing system, overhead is applied to product using predetermined overhead rates based on budgeted overhead cost and expected activity levels. Next question is, which of the following is not a benefit of overhead absorption? Option A, helps in pricing decision. Option B, facilitates cost control. Option C, increased transparency in cost allocation. Option D, simplifies cost accounting. Answer is option B. Option C. Explanation is overhead absorption helps in allocating overhead costs to products but may not necessarily increase transparency as it involves predetermined rates. Next question is the process of allocating overhead costs to cost center is primarily aimed at option A. Reducing overhead costs. Option B. Eliminating overhead costs. Option C. Determining the total cost of products or service. Option D. Increasing overhead cost. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is allocating overhead costs to cost centers help in determining the total cost of products or services by including indirect costs. Next question is which of the following is not a benefit of overhead absorption? Option A helps in pricing decision. Option B facilitates cost control. Option C increased transparency in cost allocation. Option D simplifies cost accounting. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is overhead absorption helps in allocating overhead costs to products but may not necessarily increase transparency as it involves predetermined rates. Next question is the process of allocating overhead costs to cost center is primarily aimed at option A. Reducing overhead cost. Option B. Eliminating overhead cost. Option C. Determining the total cost of products or service. Option D. Increasing overhead cost. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is allocating overhead costs to cost centers help in determining the total cost of product or services by including indirect cost. Next question is in a job costing system, overhead is typically applied to job based on option A machine hours, option B direct labor hours, option C direct material cost, option D direct labor cost. Correct answer is option B. Explanation in a job costing system, overhead is often applied to job based on direct labor hours as a measure of the level of activity. Last question is what is the main purpose of controlling overhead costs? Option A to eliminate overhead costs entirely. Option B to increase production capacity. Option C to ensure efficient use of resources and minimize costs. Option D to decrease direct labor costs. Correct answer is option C. Explanation is controlling overhead costs aims to ensure the efficient use of resources and minimize costs associated with indirect expenses. So this question covers all the points related to my topic, and I want to thank my professor Mr. Vishal Verma for his able guidance and support. Thank you.